Om Dayananda the Great, Part 5, Chapter 4. Dayananda as a builder of nation. Dayananda as a builder of nation was simply majestic, at once magnanimous and magnificent. The earlier preachers like Shankara, Ramanuja, Madhva, Vallabha, Kabira, Nanaka, and modern teachers like Vivekananda, Ramatirtha, and others talked tall and gossiped high about Atma, Paramatma, and Maya, etc. But they never uttered a single word about the unity of the nation. It was Dayananda who first of all realized the importance of unity among Hindus. At the time he came in the field of actual work, he saw Hindus divided into so many creeds, sects, methods of worship, and gods and goddesses. Dayanand therefore thought very seriously about this particular weakness of the Hindu community and made up his mind to unite all the Hindus in one common string, because unity is a prerequisite to build up a nation. Without unity, the task of building up a nation is impossible. And the unity was only possible if there be one God, one religion, one scripture, one caste, one method of worship, and one language. Dayanand therefore devised a sixfold scheme and preached it to Hindu community right up to the very close of his valuable life. That sixfold scheme is this. O Hindus, you have only one God, and that is Om. You have only one religion, and that is the Vedic religion. You have only one scripture, and that is the Veda. You have only one caste, and that is Arya. You have only one method of worship, and that is Sandhya. You have only one language, and that is Hindi. Thus, Dayanand first of all placed this most practical scheme before the mass and the class, and as such, Dayanand can rightly be called the father, nay, the grandfather of the builders of nation in India. His was the eye of realism rather than idealism. Idealist does not at all help to build up a nation. Hindus today are fallen, disunited, weak, and more dead than alive because they have not yet accepted this sixfold scheme of Dayananda. But today or tomorrow, Hindus shall have to accept this path if at all they want to rise once again. There is no way other than this. The more delay they cause, the heavier price they shall have to pay for it. Let us now complete this booklet in the words of that great international fame, Sri Aurobindo, who about Dayananda says, May Dayananda's spirit act in India pure, unspoilt, unmodified, and help to give us back that of which our life stands especially in need, pure energy, high clearness, the penetrating eye, the masterful hand, the noble and dominant sincerity. Reference Bankim Tilak Dayananda, page 46. An article authored by Dr. S. Radhakrishnan. Dayananda, a social reformer with crusading zeal. Among the makers of modern India, the chief place will be assigned to him, Dayananda. At a time when there was spiritual confusion in our country, when many of our social practices were in the melting pot, When we were overcome by superstition and obscurantism, this great soul came forward with a staunch devotion to truth and a passion for social equality and enthusiasm, and worked for the emancipation of our country, religious, political, social, and cultural. Swami Dayananda Saraswati was one who was guided by the supremacy by reason, and he made out that the Vedic scriptures never asked us to take anything on trust but to examine everything and then come to any kind of conclusion. So, Dayanand was a social reformer who had a crusading zeal, a powerful intellect, and a fire in his heart when he looked at the social injustices. He tried to sweep them away with a drastic hand. This is also what the country requires today. In that way, he emphasized the rule of reason and pointed out that there is one supreme God. He also gave freedom of conscience. Dayananda's clarion call. This is a part of the lecture delivered by Maharshi Dayananda at Pune on 3rd August 1875. Source: Sermons delivered by Maharshi Dayanand Saraswati, page 190 and 191. Our brothers, the Shastris, priests and religious teachers and leaders, are stubborn. This is indeed a great curse for all of us. Many of the teachings and practices of the Vedas no longer exist in our country, Bharat Khanda, and whatever a little that remains is dying out due to lack of interest from our part and also due to blind faiths and evil practices. Superstitions are spreading unchecked. We are moving away from right conduct and truth, and this is the main cause of our misfortune and miseries. We have neglected the Vedas and the books composed by the rishis. Instead, we have sunk deep into the Puranas and we have accepted their imaginary and unreal tales to be our dharma. If someone will ask me, is there any solution to this madness? I will say, yes, there is, and with the blessings of God, this disease can be cured. We have to translate the ancient scriptures like the Vedas and the six darshanas, the six systems of Vedic philosophy, in different languages so that all people can easily get acquainted with the ancient wisdom. The educated persons shall have to assume some responsibilities and come forward to preach the right knowledge about Dharma. Arya Samaj should be established in each and every village, and efforts should be made to stop evil practices like idol worship. At the same time, the practice of brahmacharya should be encouraged, and the people of the different varnas and ashramas should work diligently to increase their physical and spiritual strength. Thus, the ignorant mass will easily come to know. That is, their eyes will be able to see the right picture of Dharma and the disparate plight in which we are can be destroyed, and the right Dharma may be established on this earth again. One person like me, with all his weaknesses and shortcomings, cannot do all these alone. That is why I have many expectations from the learned persons, and I hope that they will join hands with me in this endeavor and provide help honestly. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Recitation of the book ends here.